Act 1, Scene 1, The Tempest. On a ship at sea. Where is the ship coming from? The ship is coming from Tunis. Tunis is a country in Africa where Alonso, the king of Naples, has married his daughter Claribel. Claribel, Alonso's daughter, has been married to the Prince of Tunis. So they are returning on a ship. A ship has been mentioned, but remember, there is a fleet of ships because a king never travels alone. So, fleet of ships. But on a ship which is particularly trapped, on a ship which is returning from Tunis at sea, the scene starts. There is a tempestuous noise. Tempestuous means noise of tempest, a violent sea storm, a shipwrecking storm, thunder and lightning. What is the setting of the story? Tempestuous noise of tempest, thunder, lightning. Enter a master and a boatswain. Master is the captain or commander of the ship, and boatswain is the officer in charge. Master, boatswain, boatswain, here, master, what cheer? What do you want? What is your pleasure? Master says, good sir, go and speak to the mariners, speak to the sailors, instruct them, encourage them. So, encourage them to work in a very urgent manner, to work with a bold heart, with a courageous heart. Fall to it immediately, follow the instructions and start working immediately, or our ship will drown. Yearly, that is immediately, promptly, because the ship returning from Tunis has been trapped in a shipwrecking storm. So, if they do not work urgently, the ship will drown. Or we run ourselves aground, or our ship will drift towards the shore and strike some rocks or get stuck in sand. So, if our ship gets stuck in sand or strikes any rock, we would become helpless. Our ship will disintegrate. But as long as our ship is in deep waters, we can fight against the waves and we can prevent it. We can fight against the waves and the wind and we can prevent it from drowning. But if we get towards the shore, we cannot prevent ourselves from striking the rocks or getting stuck in the sand. Be stir, get going quickly, arouse yourself, exit. Enter mariners. Boatswain, mariners means sailors. Boatswain says, hey my hearts. Hey is an expression of encouragement. He encourages his sailors to have courage. My brave heart, my courageous people, cheerly. So be cheerful. Show some courage. My hearts, my brave sailors, quickly. Take in the topsail. This is a technical instruction. There are different sections of a sail. So he asks them to steer the ship with the help of the topsail. No question from here, but if they ask you, you can mention technical instruction to the sailors. Attend to the master's whistle. Attend to the master's order. Follow the master's command. And then he turns towards the wind and challenges it, defies it, shouts at the wind. O wind, you can blow till thou burst your lungs. You can blow so hard that your lungs burst. Here he means to say that you can blow as hard as you can blow with full intensity, but you cannot drown us. When can you not drown us? If we have sea room enough to steer our ship, to maneuver our ship, to steer our ship. So as long as we have sea space enough to steer our ship, you cannot drown us. So what is the threat? The threat is when our ship drifts toward the shore, there is only the threat of our ship getting stuck in sand or our ship striking against the rock. But as long as we are in deep waters, you cannot drown us. So, O wind, he challenges the wind, he defies the wind, and he says that blow as intensely as you can, as hard as you can, till your lungs burst. If room enough, provided we have sea room enough. This is an apostrophe when an inanimate object is addressed. If I am talking to a flower, that is called apostrophe. Inanimate object, an object without a soul. So, blow till you burst thy wind, if room enough. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Ferdinand, Gonzalo, and others. Alonso is the king of Naples. Sebastian is the brother of Alonso. Ferdinand is the son of Alonso. Alonso, the king of Naples. Sebastian is the brother of Alonso. Ferdinand is the son of Alonso. Antonio is a usurper. A usurper is a person who takes someone else's right by force. He has usurped Prospero's crown of Milan. Prospero was the Duke of Milan, the rightful Duke of Milan. Antonio conspired against Prospero with the help of Alonso. Antonio conspired against Prospero with the help of Alonso and usurped the crown. That's the reason Prospero, a magician who is adept, very skillful in magic art, has aroused the tempest to avenge himself, not exactly to avenge himself, but to make Antonio and Alonso realize their sin. So, Ferdinand, son of Alonso, Gonzalo is Alonso's counselor, and others. Alonso, good bossman, have care, be careful. Where is the master? Act like men, play the men, act like men. That means show manly courage and encourage your sailors. Bossman says, I pray you, go to your cabins and don't interfere with our work. Let us work. Antonio, where is the master, Bossman? Bossman says, do you not hear him shouting instructions at his sailors? You are spoiling, ruining our efforts to save the ship. Keep to your cabins, go and stay in your cabins. By interfering with our work, you are assisting the storm, you are helping the storm. We are in an urgent situation and every moment, every second matters. So by interfering with us, you are assisting the storm. So go and stay in your cabins. Gonzalo says, nay, good sir, be patient, be polite, don't be so rude. Bossman says, when the sea is, I'll be patient when the sea is patient or when the sea is calm. So he here says that there is no time for courtesy. Hence, go away from here. What cares these roarers? These roarers, these waves and winds, they do not care for the name of king. So, the awe of king is of no use in the presence of natural elements. So, nature is never exists in the awe of kings, or nature doesn't fear the social status of any human being. So he says that what cares these roarers for the name of kings? So this shows that this shows the helplessness of man before nature, and it shows that man is a dwarf, a very small being before the elements of nature. So go to your cabin, and this is not the time for courtesies. I cannot waste my time in courtesies. I have to work urgently. Go to your cabin, silence and trouble us not. Gonzalo says, yet remember, good sir, yet remember, still remember whom you have aboard. Remember that there is a king boarded on the ship. So, you have to work with a greater sense of responsibility and also try to be mild with your words. So, Gonzalo has just stated that there is a king aboard, so you have to work with a greater sense of responsibility. But Bossen says that none that I love more love than myself. He wants to say that at this present time, my life is most important. My life is what matters the most, because if I and my sailors live, you live. If I and my sailors survive, you survive. So at this present point of time, our lives are important because we are the ones who can fight against the waves and wind and prevent the ship. So he says that in that hour of crisis, no one's life was as important as the bosun and his sailors. Everyone's life depended on them. So he says, none that I more love than myself. So no one else's life is more significant than mine and my sailors' lives. You are an advisor. You are a counselor. You are an advisor to the king. You are a royal advisor. So if you can command these elements, he wants to say that you cannot command these natural elements. Can you command the wind? Can you command the wave to calm, to silence, to calm? So you cannot command the wind, you cannot command the waves to calm. And work the present, peace of the present. Can you work? Can you bring about the peace of the present? So can you bring about the peace in the present moment by commanding the wind and the waves, being an advisor? Then we will not hand a rope more. If you can calm the wind and the wave with your royal authority, with your human authority, then we don't have to work. But so hand a rope further. We know that earlier when motors were not there, the ships had sails, lots of pulleys and ropes, and they so hand a rope more means to furl the rope, to unfurl the rope. Pulleys and ropes had to be pulled. So not hand a rope more means we don't have to work any further. So use your authority, use your human authority, use your human authority. If you cannot, but if you realize your helplessness, if you realize that human authority is insignificant before nature, if you realize that your helplessness, then give thanks to our sailors that you have lived so long. So it is because of our sailors that you have lived so long. It is because of us that you have lived so long. Else, if we hadn't struggled, if we hadn't resisted the storm, the ship would have drowned long ago. And make yourself ready in your cabin. Go prepare yourself in your cabin by saying your prayers for the mischance of the hour, for any accident that happens. If it so happens, if it so prepares. So prepare yourself emotionally, prepare yourself mentally in your cabins by saying prayers. And then he turns to his sailors and says, cheerly, good hearts, have courage, my brave soldiers. And he asks him to get out of his way. Go out of my way, I say. So let us revise quickly what happened today. A ship is stuck in a sea storm. The ship carries royal personalities like the King of Naples and the Duke of Milan. The ship is returning from Tunis. Who is responsible for arousing the tempest? Prospero, the rightful Duke of Milan, has raised the tempest. Why? Because he wants the sinners to realize their sin. He has a plan in mind, and so he arouses a tempest to trap them and draw them to the island where he had been living for 12 years, having been banished from his rightful dukedom, Milan. The scene, a sense of urgency has been created. How bosun and master shout instructions, and how the royal personalities, they enter the deck, they arrive on the deck, but the bosun does not show any regard. Why? Because he is in too urgent a state to show courtesies. So that is what we have done till now today. Thank you so much.